What's good YouTube, Richie Kim here. Today I'm going to be bringing you guys a performance review on the Adidas Crazy Explosive 2017. Before we get started, if you all can hit that subscribe button down below, I'd appreciate it a lot. But anyways, let's get right into it. As always, starting off with the traction, the Crazy Explosive 2017 features the exact same traction pattern as the previous model, which is like a heat wave traction pattern. Overall, I feel like the traction was actually improved upon compared to the previous model. It still has the same pattern, but I think they may have changed the rubber compound or something had to have changed, because I feel like the bite is a little bit better on this shoe and durability is also pretty good. I haven't had any fraying at all as compared to like the previous model where I had fraying like maybe after 2 weeks of use, maybe even a week and a half or so. But this model, it's held up very well. I'm pleasantly surprised. I'm glad that the durability is much better. Otherwise, the shoe would kind of be a disappointment because, you know, traction durability is pretty important when it comes to basketball sneakers. One thing I have to mention about the traction is that on dusty courts, you will have to wipe. It collects quite a bit of dust, but you know, one quick wipe and then you should be good for a few plays. Just keep that in mind. Clean courts, you'll have no problems at all, but dusty courts, you will just have to wipe. But once you wipe, you get that bite right back. But yeah, traction was really nice. I liked it a lot. For traction on this shoe, I would give it a 9 out of 10. Moving on to the cushion, guys. The cushion is the same as the previous model as well. The caging is almost identical. It's just maybe a little bit different around the heel, but that's about it. On the lateral side, it is caged, and on the medial side, it is uncaged. The boost feels amazing. One thing I would like to point out though is I can really feel the boost in the heel on this model. I feel it a whole lot more in this model than the 2016 model. I'm not sure why, because the boost looks literally the same. So I'm not sure why, but boost in the heel is amazing. The boost in the forefoot is also really nice. There's a lot of impact protection in the shoe, but you also get a good bit of responsiveness. I do wish you could feel the boost a little bit more in the forefoot, but you know, if we did that, then it would take away from the responsiveness. So it is what it is. Overall, cushion is amazing as usual. Full length boost, you can't go wrong with it. For cushion in this shoe, I would give it a 9.5 out of 10. So moving on to the materials, the Crazy Explosive 2017 features a full Primeknit upper. At least on this model, it's a full Primeknit upper. And on this model, the Primeknit is TPU forged, so there is some rigidity to the material, which in my opinion, I really like. It gives you a lot more containment than the previous model, because the previous model, the Primeknit was super stretchy, which, you know, it feels good, but it doesn't offer the best containment. This shoe, it's flexible enough, but just keeps your foot in place, like no matter what. And I really like that. Not only is it TPU forged, but they also add these ridges on the shoe, which I think gives it some structure, which also helps with the containment. Overall, containment was really nice in this shoe. I love this shoe. It's like, I would say this is probably Adidas's best implementation of TPU forged Primeknit on a shoe. I just love the shoe. Like, I love the materials. It feels so good. Gives you a nice one-to-one fit, which I'll cover later. But yeah, amazing materials. Adidas killed it. Materials on the shoe, I would give it a 9.5 out of 10. So moving on to the fit of the shoe. This is hands down probably the best fitting shoe I've ever worn. These things do run true to size, and it fits like a glove. It's amazing because of how well it fits on your foot. You know, you get great containment, you get great everything. I really don't know what to say, but the fit is amazing. You have cushion where you need it, and then, you know, everything in general is just in the right place when it comes to the shoe. You have a great one-to-one fit. I couldn't ask for anything more. Adidas killed it with this shoe. So for fit, I would give this shoe a 9.5 out of 10. Support is another really great aspect of this shoe. You have great heel lockdown, you have great forefoot lockdown. I had no heel slippage, no side to side movement on the footbed when I was making cuts, like lateral cuts. Like, this is probably the best shoe I've worn in a really, really long time. I can't complain about anything about this shoe. What really adds to the great support in the shoe is the fact that there's a lot of padding around where your ankles go, and I think that also helps keep your ankle or your heel locked down in place. One thing I have to mention about the heel support is it doesn't feel like a regular shoe. In the heel especially, I would compare the feeling to be like a Nike Mercurial Flyknit. I don't know if you've worn it, but it's like the Mercurial lifestyle shoe. And it has like this really, really stiff piece in the back of the heel that gives the shoe a lot of support, at least in the heel area. And that's exactly what this feels like. Some people may not like it, or you may just have to get used to it because it does feel a little bit weird at first if you've never worn a shoe that has that kind of feeling. But it's definitely worth it because lockdown in the shoe is freaking insane. Support in this shoe, I would give this shoe a 9.5 out of 10. As far as pricing goes, the 2017 Crazy Explosive in the Primeknit version retails for $150. I think it's worth every penny. I would even, like, if this shoe cost maybe like $180, I would still say it's worth every penny. This shoe is probably the best shoe I've ever worn, especially in recent. Like, this thing is freaking insane. It's a beast on court. They look great. I have absolutely no complaints about the shoe. It's amazing. This shoe can fit any player, any position. It doesn't matter. It's a great all-around shoe. No complaints at all. I would highly recommend this for anyone. And for $150, especially compared to other shoes in that price range, this definitely blows everything else out of the water. Adidas killed it with this shoe. It's just amazing. That's pretty much it for the review. If you all can hit that subscribe button down below and smash that thumbs up button for me, I'd appreciate it a lot. But until next time, guys.